welcome to This Day. It is Monday, October 24th. Now we do have a couple meetings to tell you about today. We have one at 9:30 this morning, and it is the third Architectural Controls and Standards Committee meeting, and that will be in the boardroom. And then this afternoon at 1:30, we have the United Landscape Committee meeting, and that also will be in the boardroom. Now on our show today, we have Annie McCary, who is here to give us a third mutual update. And then we meet Dr. Brian Huang, who is new to Memorial Care. So we'll get to know about his specialties and what he needs to talk about. So we'll be meeting him shortly after our break. All right, let's take a look at our weather. Well, it is clear and beautiful out today, as you can see by our live shot out there over Irvine. We've got plenty of sun today, 76-57, 75-58, 72-60, 70-52, and then 73 with an overnight of 49, getting chillier at night. And our sunrise this morning was at 7:03, and our sunset will be at 6:07. Now, some information for you. The tennis courts 1 through 8 will be closed this week from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. They do have a tennis club champion play going on. If you want more information about that, you can call 949-268-2481. When we come back, we will have Annie McCary, so stick around.
At Genesis Medical Center, our goal is to treat chronic conditions with a traditional and holistic approach to get the best results. We created a program we call Diabetes Reversal, targeting people with prediabetes and chronic diabetes. The patient is closely and personally monitored. We check parameters, blood sugar monitoring, A1C, cholesterol, high blood pressure, and weight. We offer natural supplements, and we will hopefully decrease the amount of medications you're currently taking. We teach lifestyle modifications, increase confidence, and control the disease.
Now at LA Carpet & More, you can transform your old bath into a new walk-in bathtub or shower in as little as 2 days. Plus, save 50% off and get 5 years 0% financing. It's easy, affordable, and fast. With 35 years in business and serving over 300,000 satisfied customers. Call 800-684-4100 for an appointment or visit one of our showrooms.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Adventure has a new look. The 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Shore-footed symmetrical all-wheel drive. Paired with all-terrain Yokohama Geolander tires. Plus 9.2 inches of ground clearance. Discover adventure on a deeper level. The all-new 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
Welcome back. We have Annie McCary here, who is here on behalf, of course, the Third Mutual Board. Well, welcome. Nice to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back again.
Well, thank you for gathering up all this information about the compliance process, because I know that you guys have been working hard at getting something passed. And so here we are.
Here we are, yes.
Well, good. Well, walk us through kind of, what it's about and what has been going on with it.
Well, compliance is an area that we work very, very hard to make sure that we adhere to the rules and regulations because we like order in our community.
Yeah.
And the compliance division is an area where we make sure that we stay orderly in our community. Mm-hmm. So there is a process that's involved with compliance. And as I mentioned earlier, it is coordinated by the compliance division. And oftentimes, when there's a violation, either through personal observation or someone calls in and report a violation, the staff will investigate the alleged complaint, and then they will file an incident report or a notice about that. And then the staff will also investigate, and if they find any objective evidence of a violation by a member, and one of the things that's really important is not just a violation by a member, but members are responsible for their guest as well. So if a guest is in violation, then that member is held responsible.
I see.
So staff will send out a letter to the offending party describing what the alleged allegation is and whatever the possible actions might be if it's not corrected.
Now, obviously, this came about because there were several things that were going on in our community that sort of prompted this behavior. It's just it's kind of unbelievable, right? That here you move to a community, you don't think these things are going on, but they do.
Absolutely, and all kinds of behavior stuff goes on, and I'll talk a little bit later on about some of the other violations, like clutter and noise and dog barking. I mean, you would think that if you live in a community and you have a pet, that you could let your pet run around and bark, but that's not the case. That could be considered a nuisance, especially if you don't pick up your poop after your dog, or if they're barking late at night during the quiet time. So all of these are violations of our governing documents.
Got it. Okay, great. Well, let's move on. You said some more part of the process. So if the alleged violation has been resolved, then nothing else is required to do. However, if it's not, then what happens?
If it's not resolved once they've gotten a notice, then the staff can schedule an executive hearing to bring the alleged violator before the board to talk about the possible or the alleged allegation and what the ramifications are if the allegation is not corrected.
Wow, okay. Now you've got a great chart here that you kind of follow along. So if you could just sort of give us, kind of the rundown here and go over that.
Great, and this is really a great chart, and actually my plan is to have this published in the next edition of the Village Breeze. But basically, in a nutshell, a complaint is received, either verbal complaint to the compliance department or someone calls in and reports a complaint. Staff will go out and do an investigation. Upon that investigation, they will make an incident report. And that report is sent to compliance. Then the offending party will get a courtesy notice explaining to them what the violation is and giving them an opportunity to make the corrections. After the correction notice has been sent, staff will do a follow-up investigation or follow-up inspection. And if compliance has been achieved, nothing else has been done. The person that is out of compliance will get a notice saying that the investigation is complete, or you're in compliance, no further action is necessary.
Okay.
And if compliance is not achieved, they will get another follow-up notice, and during that time, possibly a hearing notice, where they will come before the board. And there are 3 members of the board form the executive hearings, and so the alleged violator will come before members of the board to explain, to give their side of the story.
Okay, now it looks as though you end on a second hearing, and then is there additional hearings after that, or is that pretty much the end?
There could be additional hearings if the violations are not corrected.
Wow.
Then there could be an additional hearing, and could be potentially some legal action as well if the violation has not been corrected.
Now you mentioned other violations. So for instance, like you said, not picking up after your dog or having your dog bark, and clutter. What do you mean by that?
Excessive storage of stuff outside if you're on your manor, stuff that's visibly eyesores, a lot of storage area, boxes, all kinds of stuff that just it's not a good pathway for walking. Sometimes inside, if there's an issue where maybe it obstructs the entrance by emergency medical groups. So if they have difficulty getting into your manor, and those kinds of things. Anything that obstruct maybe landscaping, stuff like that. And also abandoned vehicles, stuff like that.
Yeah, or or I know that there are various zones for parking. For instance, there are some red zones.
Yeah.
Some people may park their cars there, and would that be considered something that you would write someone up for?
That would be under the traffic division. We have a
okay.
traffic division, and they do write citations for violation of speed limit and also parking in the red parking areas.
Okay. Now, when people first move here, of course, they get a copy of all of these rules and regulations, correct? And then you have them, and you're supposed to keep them pretty much on hand.
Yes. And like, myself included, I did not read the hundreds and hundreds of pages of documents that I got and that I signed.
Yeah.
So,
but if they ever needed to review it, though, of course, that all this information would be in there?
If it's not in the paperwork itself, it is online.
Oh, okay.
It's available on the website.
Okay,
for
perfect.
The compliant.
Now, you do have a few numbers, so you want to let people know. So when would you want to call security?
You would call security, and oftentimes noise is a very common issue that security gets called on, especially in the late evening when people are trying to sleep, and offenders, or like a lot of us, have grandchildren. And grandchildren like to run and play, and it's not in their nature to be very quiet for a long period of time because they're kids.
Right.
And so sometimes they create a lot of noise, and security is called. One of the things I want to mention is when a resident calls security, oftentimes security will keep the reports anonymous. So your neighbor may not know it's you that's called. We try to keep some of this information confidential. So to minimize any thinking about retaliation, oftentimes people are reluctant to make a complaint because they fear retaliation from whoever they may be complaining about. So call security, very, very important, and give the information.
Yeah, okay, good. And then you also have a compliance division. So is this where you would file your complaint?
You can actually, in addition to calling security, compliance division is under the Department of Security. So if you call the compliance division at the number on the screen, you can register your complaint there, or you can send an email to the compliance department with your complaint.
Okay, perfect. Well, good recap. Appreciate the information. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you again next time. And if you want to watch the third mutual meetings, they are always right here on Village Television at 9:30 on the third Tuesday of the month. We'll be right back.
Laguna Niguel Hyundai used car sales event is going on now. Save now on over 250 used cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. All makes, all models. All price from $20,000 or less. Plus, we'll buy your current car, paid for or not, including lease buyouts with top dollar paid on the spot. Shop online anytime at LagunaNiguelHyundai.com at the 5 freeway at Avery Parkway.
Do you want to learn more about money and investments? Do you wish there was a safe place to get all your financial questions answered? Well, now there is. The Financial Forum Club meets with a group of your peers in an educational setting that's informal and fun. We discuss and exchange ideas on today's topics and trends on markets and investments. The club meets the last Tuesday of every month at Clubhouse 5, Room 1 from 3 to 5 p.m. Come see what the Financial Forum is all about. Get all your financial questions answered by experts. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, beach walkers, grandkid chasers, stair climbers, dance lovers, weekend warriors, and yogis. Your life demands activity, and joint pain shouldn't hold you back. Get personalized joint care that's as unique as you, with high satisfaction rates to prove it. At Memorial Care, your joint replacement patient navigator will be by your side, helping you safely return to more. Like another beach, extra hug, and one more song. More from life is calling with Memorial Care.
Dr. Bobby Awadala, double board certified dermatologist and Mohs surgeon, and I'd like to introduce you to Skin Credible Dermatology and Surgery. We perform general dermatology, including skin checks, suspicious spots or moles, and other skin problems. Plus, we have the highest cure rate for skin cancer removal. Our state-of-the-art facility is top of the line with industry-leading lasers and cutting-edge cosmetic products. Our goal is to turn back the years with a natural, beautiful look. Visit our website or give us a call to book your appointment today.
Welcome back. Well, we have Dr. Brian Huang here, who is with Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center, and he's been here with us for just a few months. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
So they had you come on over because they wanted us to introduce you to our community. So welcome, first of all. And what is your specialty?
So I'm a neurosurgeon, and I'm a doctor who specializes in the nerves and the brain and the spinal cord and the structures that support those structures.
Okay.
I work with neurologists who mainly focus on the software of the nerves and the spine and the brain, and we focus more on the hardware. And so I perform surgeries. That's the difference between neurologists and neurosurgeons.
Okay, but you would first see a neurologist, and then they would decide what the situation was, and then once they have done that, then they go see you. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And we also share patients with physical therapists as well as primary care physicians because anyone who has any headaches, back pain, or arm and leg pain can potentially come see a neurosurgeon.
Okay, all right, got it. Let's talk about your history. Where are you from?
I'm from the East Coast. Everyone told me weather's much better there, so I stuck around for most of my life there.
You're kidding, right?
and then I came here a few months ago. I realized I've been lied to the whole time.
Yeah, right, that's right. So where did you do your studying?
So I did most of my training in Baltimore, in Johns Hopkins. Medical school in Columbia in New York City, and then I did my neurosurgical training again at Johns Hopkins, and then I finished my advanced training, also called fellowships, in complex spine surgery, robotic spine surgery, as well as functional and pain neurosurgery.
Wow, and that was a period of what, about 10, 12 years?
I stopped counting. It just makes it easier that way.
Yes, just
but decades. The whole process takes about 15 to 17 years.
Wow, it's quite a dedication. Now, you also mentioned that off camera you were with the Green Beret?
Yes. So it's been a passion of mine to serve country in a different capacity. And so actually during residency, which is a neurosurgery training in Baltimore, I decided to take 5 years off and go active duty, and not as a medical officer, as a grunt actually, and served as a combat role as a Green Beret Special Forces combat medic.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy that you just sort of, I mean, was it good in a way? I mean, obviously you got different kinds of experiences and training. Does it help you today by doing that?
100%. So it gave me a sense of passion to serve the community. I also understood how lucky we are as Americans to have all this amazing healthcare available to us. Yeah. I was able to travel to different parts of the world where people don't have access to even the most basic medical care. Also, while in service, I did suffer a combat injury requiring 2 major surgeries. And that taught me a lot about what it's like to be a patient going through a healthcare system, the anxiety, the unknown unknowns, and all the terrifying experiences. So I try to incorporate it into my daily practice and also how I interact with people in and out of the hospital.
That's great. I mean, we have a lot of veterans here that I'm sure can identify with some of the things that you're talking about. Now, you also speak different languages.
I do. So I did spend about 12 years of my life in South Korea. Okay. So my background is Korea. And when I was 5, my family decided to move back to South Korea. And so I spent my youth there. And also my wife happens to be Korean. We speak Korean at home. Okay. So I'm very comfortable with the language.
Okay, great, great. Now, I guess I always ask the questions to all doctors, what sort of inspired you to go down the path that you go down? So you became a neurosurgeon. So what led you to that?
It's a long road and a lot of unexpected turns, and really a lot of luck and good mentorship along the way. I wanted to be an artist growing up, and I love using my hands. At some point in my life, I wanted to become an engineer, wanted to be a carpenter. But during college, as an art major, I had an opportunity to volunteer at a local hospital, and that's where I learned the joy of helping people using science. And so then I changed my course and then became a neurosurgeon over time. It's the only field in my mind where there's an excitement of helping people with complex problems. There's a lot of innovation in this space. Right. This is where the bioinformatics, the advanced technology, the nanotechnology, even computational science, all are coming together to bring about better outcome for people. So that's what I discovered about neurosurgery and decided to pursue and dedicate my life.
Yeah, sometimes you have a class and there could be one class or one instructor, and you're like, oh, this is totally what I want to do, right? I mean, you came across probably many different types of people like that.
That's right.
So you mentioned technology. There's a lot of new technology that's been happening over the last several years. Give me an example of something new that you would be using.
Yes. So traditionally, when someone has neck or back pain or even arm and leg pain from different reasons, such as injury to the neck or injury to the nerves, or even long-standing diabetes, there wasn't a lot of treatment for them. And medication can only do so much, and there are people who can't find satisfactory relief of their agonizing pain. And for the longest time, neurosurgeons did get involved, but the procedures that we offered happened to be very morbid, including potentially cutting the nerves and causing permanent deficits. But now, since the 1960s, a lot of smart people were able to help create novel technologies such as neuromodulation, spinal cord stimulators, peripheral nerve stimulators, using electricity to really modulate and affect the nervous system, ultimately bring about very meaningful and durable pain relief. And so
something you implant, or is it something that attaches, or how does it work?
That's right. So it ultimately is an implantable device in a lot of the situations. But the wonderful thing about this technology is that it can be individualized. And so everyone's pain's different, everyone's cause of the pain's different, and these technologies can adapt to target the cause of the issue. And also it can be reversed. A lot of surgeries that neurosurgeons do are really permanent. However, the neuromodulation technology is really built such that if it doesn't work, then it can be completely removed in a very safe manner.
Right, so you can test it first, which is great. And then what if something happens where you put it in the lower back and it happens to now be showing up someplace else? Can you use multiple in a body, or would you only use one?
You can use potentially multiple.
Wow.
And this technology is always evolving. There's a lot of interest because it came a long way since the 1960s, and now there's a lot of different devices for different types of conditions.
What causes nerve damage?
Life,
everything,
accidents, everything. There's a lot of causes, and initially people thought that it was a direct injury to nerves, spinal cord, and the brain, but people realized that even psychiatric conditions can cause chronic pain, or even metabolic disorders like diabetes or heart conditions or peripheral vascular disease can injure nerves and cause really excruciating, long-standing pain. And now we're realizing that using technologies, we can sort of control or calm down the nerves and really bring about outcome that we weren't able to deliver for the longest time.
That's great, because I know so many people want to get off much of the medication that they take, especially for chronic pain. So
that's right.
Great information. Welcome to Saddleback, and it's nice to meet you.
I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. If you want more information about Dr. Brian Huang, you can always go to the website, which is memorialcare.org/Saddleback. We'll be right back.
At the Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback, you will always find a friendly face to guide you through your annual mammogram visit. Our staff, dedicated subspecialist breast radiologists, knowledge, and innovative technology await your visit to our center. With the Laguna Woods shuttle service right at our sidewalk, this convenient location offers you quick access for your appointment. You can expect nothing but the best for all your breast health needs at Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback.
Time to play by your own rules. It's out with the old way of getting older, and in with the new age of celebrating your age. At Alignment Health, senior health care is all we do. Our Medicare Advantage plans are leading the charge, so you can be the one in charge.
I love being in charge.
Because life should be a celebration, not a resignation. Welcome to a new era of aging. Alignment Health Plan.
I'm Dr. Bobby Awadala, double board certified dermatologist and Mohs surgeon, and I'd like to introduce you to Skin Credible Dermatology and Surgery. We perform general dermatology, including skin checks, suspicious spots or moles, and other skin problems. Plus, we have the highest cure rate for skin cancer removal. Our state-of-the-art facility is top of the line with industry-leading lasers and cutting-edge cosmetic products. Our goal is to turn back the years with a natural, beautiful look. Visit our website or give us a call to book your appointment today.
Pacific Cremation Services offers you the ultimate freedom to become one with the salty breezes and brilliant sunset reflections. A scattering at sea is a unique, beautiful way to honor the life of anyone who chooses to be cremated. We help you plan the details and understand what to expect. Choose from our 3 simple plans and let us help you start the process of healing and life celebration. Contact us at pacificcremationservices.com to create a personalized service at sea today.
Our movie today is called Brian and Charles, and you will be able to see that today, 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without, and that is brought to you by Memorial Care. Just a couple of quick announcements. We have the Oktoberfest, which is today, so don't miss out. It's going to be a load of fun. It is tonight at 5 p.m., Clubhouse 5, $25. If you want more info, send an email to recreation@vmsinc.org or call them at 597-4382. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. We are going to look at beautiful skies, very crisp and clear out there today, a little chilly, but it will heat up nicely to 76, 57, 75, 58, 72, 60, 70, 52, and 73, 49. Have a great day in the Village. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Hi folks, this is Dan O'Weiler with Sterling Financial Advisors. We've been around for a long time, been on ThisDay with Lisa, and just wanted you to know that we're still in business, even through the pandemic. We still have the opportunity to now meet with people individually in person, and we'd like to invite you to give us a call if it would make some sense. If you're doing some planning for retirement, please give us a call. We'll be happy to meet with you. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha Na Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for Peace.